Hey guys, Cainebourne back. Today I'm going to be playing the Lakeview Cabin Collection. This is sort of an anthology of horror games. It's a 2D side-scroller with pixelated graphics, but a ton of charm, a lot of hilarity, crazy stuff that you can do. It is episodic, so there is a whole bunch of different maps to figure out. It's almost like a puzzle game because you've got to sort of figure out these intricate puzzles in order to survive. You have 4 characters that you can hot swap between in each section, and each section plays completely differently. This is sort of the lobby, if you will. However, you can switch through characters here, and I believe there is sort of a secret storyline here you can discover. There's a hint of that when you peek in here. It says the sewers scream at me and this guy's hanging. I assume there's some way to get inside of the sewers, and I read briefly online, said that there's possibly like a bonus level in here. You'll notice that we have Lakeview Cabin 3, 4, 5, and 6 available to us. 1 was a Flash game that came out before this. This is the sequel. And then apparently there is a secret way to get into episode 2. So we'll figure out all of that. The focus of this episode is just going to be jumping into Lakeview Cabin 3. This is supposed to be the easiest and shortest one. I've played around with it quite a bit now to the point where I think I have a decent grasp on what I need to do. First, I just want to show some of the silly stuff that you guys are able to do. So pretty much anything in the world is mostly interactable. These things on the ground, A to pick up, X to go ahead and throw it if you're using a Steam controller anyway. There's these little booby traps like the rakes that you could set up both for the enemies, but it'll smack you in the face as well. All types of crazy stuff that you can do to these characters. You can go ahead and pick up, for example, this character, and I don't want to trip on the rake again. But you can do stuff like turn on the wood chipper and throw your teammates in there. Not very productive, but I gotta say it is kind of funny. Okay, here we are slipping on the rake again, and then that is really funny at first. It does kind of get old as you continually trip on it. They've got this little motorcycle out here, which is pretty cool. And unfortunately, if you run over people, it explodes. But if you jump off at just the right time, you're usually able to escape. We didn't get it to explode. She's bleeding pretty severely there. Let's see if we can't get our speed up a little bit more. Alright, well she's dead, and we did not blow up the motorcycle. I don't know how I managed that, because I always break this thing. Alright, so now he has exploded, and we've got just Chuck Norris left at this point. So yeah, obviously lots of silly stuff that you can do in the game to cause trouble. And eventually the killer will show up. Now me blowing up that door triggered the killer's entrance. So I might as well show him to you real quick. Here he comes with the axe. He's going in that building to shut off the power. And then he is going to murder Chuck Norris. No! Alright, so he's chopped me up good. And we're dead. So that's probably something like what your first effort is going to look like. You're going to screw around quite a bit. You're going to get into all kinds of trouble. The killer's going to show up. He's going to murder you. You know, that sort of thing. You and your friends are dead. Game over. But notice that the dog has survived because we got killed first. So that's good because the dog can die. It's not the worst ending, but definitely not a good one. Alright, so to show you, though, the intricacies that are interwoven into this game, I'm going to actually play through properly. So first thing I'm going to do, and this is just me doing this out of irritation. Let's see. There we go. I'm going to pick up this rake, and I am going to dump it, because I am sick and tired of tripping on this damn thing. Now, you want to move with some haste, because there are certain triggers for the killer, but time is also a factor. Eventually, the killer will show up, whether you like it or not. So the first thing I'm going to do on my serious playthrough here is get naked and lay on this bed, and then bring this woman in, get her naked, and also jump on the bed. Now, this is disgusting and hilarious. However, I'm not doing it just to be a voyeur. You'll notice that their raucous lovemaking has knocked the key loose from the shelf. And that is important because I don't know why she went flying. That is important because you need that key to get a key component to fight the killer. So if you follow these steps right here, you're going to find a very good way to beat this particular section of the game. Alright, so I'm going to grab the dog and start taking him with me. Now this door is normally locked. I just unlocked it by using the key. I've unlocked this door so that Chuck Norris here can grab the shotgun. It does not, however, have any bullets by default, One of the bullets is inside this box, which we need a tool to break it open. And there is yet another bullet in another area. We're going to find that in a second. But the next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab this toolbox and bust it open. And we don't want this. We want the hammer. So we're going to get the hammer. We can use that to repair boards and broken things. But we can also use it to set new boards. When you go up here, you're going to be able to now cross. Do not go through this door. You'll fall and break your leg. But this door here is going to allow you access to a normally restricted area. And again, if you break that, the killer shows up. If you winch it up, it does two things. One is it gives you an access to a new area. But two, it also allows you to wait for when the killer shows up and drop that on his head. Now, the killer is pretty tough. That's not going to kill him by itself, but it definitely is a good start. I'm going to put the dog up here, and you'll see why I've done that in a moment, because I'm trying to go for the best ending here. I do not want the pup to perish. While I'm heading up this way, this is where the killer turns the power off. I'm not too concerned about that, but I do want to set a booby trap for when the killer eventually comes out. Now, I'm only going to use this as a backup plan because most of the time that I use this gas can with the oil, I end up blowing myself up or causing some other type of hijinks. You'll need the matches that are here by the fireplace in order to set that trap off. I'm going to grab the axe that the killer normally uses when he first shows up, both so he doesn't have an axe to murder me with, but also because I can use this axe to bust open a particular door that will help me out. On the way, though, I'm going to break this box for this gentleman so we get his first shotgun bullet. In here, there is a fire extinguisher that will slow the killer down. There's a little closet that you can hide in. The guitar in here can also distract the first killer. All right. Oh, and actually, in there is the second bullet. But that's not what I need this guy for. I need this guy for two things. One, I'm going to break out the flare gun in case I need that. And two, I'm going to break into the ladies' bathroom. I'm going to leave the axe here for later. I'm going to use the restroom. Another little disgusting anecdote. But this is another secret. It's easy to miss. And now that I've gone ahead and done that, you see that this teddy bear has fallen down. This teddy bear is incredibly important because the first antagonist, I guess, or killer, is sort of a grown baby man thing. And he apparently has a thing for teddy bears, and if the teddy bear is in plain sight, he'll grab that, utilize that as his weapon, and it does 0 damage to you. So, going to have a number of things transpire here. I'm also going to move the scythe, because that's an additional weapon for the killer, so I want to hide that. Secondly, the teddy bear is here, so the plan is that Wilma there, if you ever watch Scooby-Doo, is going to drop the... Actually, Wilma would be the red-haired one. She's going to drop this trap on top of the killer. Then he's going to pick up the teddy bear. This gentleman's going to rush out and finish the job with the scythe. So that'll be the plan. But before this is all over with, we are going to open up this shelf. This gal is really just going to be backup. I'm going to have her grabbing the flare gun. And she'll probably post up right here. So I'll leave the flare gun there. I might grab the motorcycle. Yeah. I'll grab the motorcycle. And I'll have her park it nearby. So not only does she have a gun, but she also has a motorcycle that she can wreak havoc with. Alright, so she's there as purely as backup if things go really badly. Chuck Norris here just loaded up a shotgun shell. And I'm going to get another shotgun shell in this other building. Now, Chuck Norris hopefully will not be needed to kill the first killer because we need these bullets. So Chuck Norris is actually going to hide right over here for a multitude of reasons. One is he is in place for a second antagonist that shows up, but also he needs to be able to ring this bell when I want the first killer to show up, because otherwise it'll take a few days, I think, for him to show up. So I think everything is sort of in place. Let's see. So she's back up. He's got the shotgun with the 2 bullets. She's ready. All right, everybody is ready. So, I do want to wait till daytime, both because I have a better chance of not screwing this up if I can see, and also you'll be able to see all the action transpire better as well. So I'm going to go ahead and skip what happens next until it comes to daylight. Alright, so when you start to see the fog here, that means that daylight is coming. So we want to put our plan into action now that we can see everything. And the main goal here is to keep everybody alive. This game is difficult to win at all, but it's particularly difficult to win with keeping everybody alive. So I'm going to ring the bell, which is going to call the killer. You'll see some crows fly past. That lets you know the killer is on his way. You can see the two lights in front of me. They're going to shut off after you hear him go inside the door. His first action is typically to go in and turn the power off so he can kill us, especially if he shows up at night. Now, after I drop this on his head, I want to grab the dog and move to the only safe spot on the map. Then I want to make sure that when I switch to the other guy and I begin attacking him, that he does drop the teddy bear sometimes, and I cannot allow him to, or I can't accidentally break the teddy bear, or I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. Alright, so I've got the dog, and now I'm in the safe zone. I want to make sure that he picks up the teddy bear, which he has. I'm going to switch this guy. He is going to come in here. He's going to attack me. Now, this guy's very strong, even though he's already really hurt. I got to make sure that if he drops the teddy bear, that I do not destroy him. Otherwise, he will punch me, and he will take my weapon. Alright, so maybe he's down and hurt, but he is going to get back up. So make sure he grabs the teddy bear. Oh, God! That didn't work. Okay, now he does actually have the teddy bear. Alright, so this could get rough from here on out because this is not the only protagonist, and I've already probably triggered the second protagonist. Alright, so he is now dead for good. Now hopefully this guy is safe. Okay, so here comes the second killer. He's very fast. I'm going to grab the gun. Oh! I got him. Let him get up again. Still going to get up again. So hopefully I can outrun him now that he's been injured. I should call the backup girl, but I'm too afraid to do that right now. Oh, crap. I did kill him, but as you notice, I didn't jump early enough, and I also killed the girl that was hiding behind the tree. So that is very unfortunate. Just shows you how badly things can go. Now, both of the killers are dead, and supposedly we have won, but actually you're supposed to run as fast as you can and get to the other side. Because if you can get over here quickly, and this is why the girl was behind the tree, she was actually supposed to run back here. I might be too late. Nope, I've made it. Wonderful. Alright, so let's pretend the other two people survived for the sake of time, because I do not want to do this all over again. Believe me, it's taken a number of tries to get even this close to being successful. But again, if those two people had not died right there, you'd be seeing what's the proper way to play this. Alright, so as I'm going to the edge here, beyond the carnage... that she hasn't shown up yet. Okay, so I guess I'm not as in a hurry as I thought. Alright, so this should be the murderer. Maybe I need to chop his body into little bits. Or maybe it just takes a little bit more time. Alright, not sure why it's not triggering, but once both of these killers are dead... Oh, here it is. Alright, so this lady shows up and she starts singing. She looks really friendly. Now, the problem is... she is a psychopath. If I go towards her, she's going to turn into a demon and she's going to kill me. If I shoot her, which I've saved a bullet before, she will crawl into the lake and still escape. So you actually have to sneak up behind her and chop her to bits. So this should have been the best ending where everybody survived. We still got to save 2 people and the dog. We lost 2 of our characters. But now at least you could see how to get it done right. So there's a lot of strategy involved in this. And again, that is just the first of several episodes. There are all kinds of episodes of this game that get progressively more difficult. There's even one like on a space station. It's just absolutely crazy how wild this game can get. So hopefully you guys found that somewhat interesting. I'd like to do more on this game. I want to show people this game because it's just such a little indie gem. I mean, it's something I found in a bundle for like $3 or $4 with 10 other games. I never would have even heard of this game if I hadn't, gotten it basically for free in a bundle. So if you guys would like to see more of this, let me know in the comments if you think it's funny. I think this game is crazy. It's a funny little hidden gem that's got all kinds of hijinks, and I really want to show you some more of this game. This one in particular is insane. This is kind of reminiscent of like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. A whole group of friends are in a band. Their van breaks down outside of an old farm. So we got the typical horror tropes here. And this one just starts off with a bang. I mean, the map looks completely different. This woman ends up coming after you, so you get scared. It's called the Curse of the Lake. You fall and break your leg, and you're in a room with tons of spiders. So hopefully that'll be my little cliffhanger for you guys wanting to see a bit more of this. Thank you so much for checking out this game. I think this is an indie gem. I think it's a dirt cheap game you can usually pick up for around $5. It's well worth it, and apparently the developer is working on a roguelike with similar mechanics. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.